Welcome to the revolution. Alright, so I've been playing Marvel Future Revolution quite a bit. It's a pretty fun little game. If you've ever played a MMO, it's pretty much exactly what an MMO RPG is. Right now, my main, I guess you would call it, is a level 42 Captain America. My squad rank is level 20. I'm not really entirely sure what squad rank is, other than it's a rank of your entire team. It appears that you can have 4 to 8 characters on your squad. So I logged into the game. This is the town hub where you're going to have most of your gameplay, kind of like merchants and things you can do. You've got a workshop where you can build stuff. You've got something to mess around with costumes. You've got something to mess around with cores, which is just a customization of stats on gear. And you've got a convergence box, which is kind of like a random roll of items in game. And then you've got your world map. You've got Rocket Raccoon, again, is kind of like a quest giver for dailies, if you're familiar with that. Now, the great thing about this game is you can actually automatically do most of the quests. So I just enabled autoplay. I've got this quest selected, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to basically do all the questing and do all the fighting for me, which is pretty great for a mobile game. From what I understand, it's somewhat standard in MMORPGs that are on mobile. There are going to still be points where you have to click OK to progress through different parts. But right now, we'll see what happens. So right here, if I just let this run, it's going to run by itself. But let's go ahead and skip it to get to the action. Now, everything that's happening right now is the game is doing automatically. It's automatically going to the right spot. It's automatically killing the right guys. And in fact, I can actually be doing other things while that's going on in the background. So let me just go over a little bit of the UI here. This is kind of like your main menu. Heroes is where you're going to see most of your hero customization. So hero info kind of gives you the basics on your hero. This is your 4 main parts of gear. These are badges, which are basically just stat boosts. If you look closely, you can see these badges have these little gem symbols in them. Those are crystals, or cores is what they're called in this game. Again, just more stat boosts. It's just a way to min-max things. You can actually have the game automatically determine what is the best gear for you and click auto-equip. And it'll tell you what the stat boost changes are. Now, I actually have a badge that I prefer here, other than the one that it automatically equips for me, so I'll go back to that. Skills are just your character skills, and I can do a different video on those throughout at some point later. It's quite a bit. You've got quite a few, and then each skill, as you can see, just to show you very quickly on one, as you level it up, this part here increases the levels, will increase the stats on the skill, but then you also have a skill mastery, which kind of changes what it does. This one's pretty straightforward. It just goes from 1 damage. It's actually nice because it tells you exactly what it's doing. And you can see the different animation. You can see the different effect. But some of them change pretty significantly. There's one that goes from having a stun to having a knockback. I think in most cases you're going to want the stun. So there's a lot of room for maybe customization. Omega cards, again, I'm not entirely quite sure what they are. But it appears, again, it's just stat boosts, right? So this one you get attack, you get a hit rate, and then you get some more buffs here. So again, just another way of giving you stat boosts and some customization. Enhanced potential. If you've ever played Marvel Strike Force, I think this is basically just like StarTech. You just get these items throughout the world, and then it'll combine with gold. It'll let you increase, again, more stats, attack, defense, and HP. These are the cores, crystals. Now actually, you can see the game automatically swapped over to a different part because the quest I was in is over. If I let this run, it'll keep running by itself. But let's go ahead and skip that. So right now, let's do it again. It's back to auto. You can see the path it's following is going right to the next quest. Go back to the UI real quickly. The squad, again, this is information about your squad, kind of just showing you your stats and where you go to level up what is another item and gold based, basically flat stat increase. This is your squad power. You can use items to level that up as well. This is custom titles. This is card storage. Again, lets you store some of your cards. It's like a bank if you're familiar with World of Warcraft. And regular storage is just storage for your other items. Again, that is off inventory. You can just throw it in here. Inventory is just your inventory, broken up into little parts here. Headquarters, I believe that'll take you back to the main town central. I don't want to go there, so I'm not going to click it. Records are basically like your achievements, your dailies, things like that that are going to help you decide what to do in the game at times. Operations is where it gets interesting. Blitz is like a, it won't even let me show it, but it's like dungeons, like grouping up to get stuff done. Most wanted are like world bosses. There are special characters that spawn randomly and at different times where you have to go and kill. Special operations is also like a dungeon where you go and you can group up with people to get it done. Battle challenge is like a wave system, maybe like almost like a tower defense. Skip that again. And actually, let me see, because I think I'm getting to the part that I really wanted to show in game. Well, hopefully I didn't exit out. Okay, good. It's just more cutscenes. There are a lot of cutscenes in this game. There are a lot of cutscenes. So again, all of this is still going on in the background automatically. If I wanted to do it myself, I could. But it's actually very convenient to be able to do other things and not have to focus on the game when you don't want to. Arena, I haven't gotten to that level yet. I believe this is going to be the PvP portion. I believe this is going to be PvP. And the Alliance is just... Oh, well, let me go look at the Alliance. The Alliance is just your Alliance. And then stuff down here is kind of like your basics. Friend list, settings, changing your hero. Not sure what sleep mode does. And then your social media here. The two main currencies are gold and crystals. Crystals are kind of like the premium currency. You get it more rarely and you use it to do things. You can buy crystals and you can also buy gold. Gold is mostly used for, I guess, is the in-game economy, right? You use gold to level up and things like that. Crystals, I think, is the premium pay-to-win type economy. Alright, this is the UI. You've got a mini-map. You can click it and get a big map. You can actually click on the map and it'll automatically walk you there. You can use here to click and get to the quest. This will list all your quests. These are other objectives or other things that will show up on the mini-map when they're there. This will be the bosses for the most wanted I mentioned earlier. This will be regional or map-specific vendors and things like that. There are none on this map. And this will be your quests that you're working on. So here you can see it change. My character is not moving because I haven't selected that quest to auto. But let's go ahead and select it to auto. Oh, wait. Actually, no. I think he's in the middle of something. Okay, so let's put it back to him to go down there. Alright, the UI is pretty straightforward. I've got some buttons mapped right now, but not all of them. Alright, so let me concentrate a little bit on this boss. I've died to him a couple times. He's kind of difficult. Let me take it off auto as well. So he's got a... Oh, I did not dodge that. Alright, so that is in a focus. That button I just clicked will keep the enemy targeted. You can see the big red stuff is the stuff you want... Oh, goodness, that was bigger than I thought it would be. Is the stuff you want to avoid. You've got to dodge. It makes you invincible for a short period of time. Oh. So the interesting thing is they have a guard mechanic, which I guess is like an armor that basically will, once the guard is down, I think they'll start taking more damage, or they'll, I don't know what they'll do, to be honest with you. But I know you want to get the guard down. It's like a shield type effect, and then you can start doing more damage directly to their HP, is my understanding of it. So this is a boss fight, which is usually the boss fights have not been autoable. Most of the time when you're talking with people about the game, everyone's talking about the bosses that they can't beat. And usually it's because they're trying to auto the bosses. What the one thing that auto will not do, and so I just use my ultimate. Auto will not use the ultimate, and auto will not dodge. So I'm trying to get, so I think his guard was broken, so I'm trying to get a little extra damage in right there. So the auto play will not dodge, and it will not use the ultimate. And as you can see from this gameplay, for the bosses, you really need to be able to dodge those mechanics that are very clearly telegraphed. If you don't, you're going to lose a ton of HP, and you're not going to get to the end of the boss fight, because they're pretty long. This is actually going much better than it has been. I've already lost to this guy a couple times. I had to back out and kind of upgrade my guy a little bit and quest a little more to get to a part where I could actually get past him. Now let's use some of these. These are just regular potion effects. Go here. So I think there's two that are up high. There are flying characters, so there are two that are... There are two effects that are up high. And then there's one that's... No, okay, so there's two down on the ground and there's one up in the air. So I think that's to combat the flying characters. So they can't just fly throughout all and avoid all the damage. So for some reason it's not letting me focus target on him, which would be very helpful. Yeah. I have not bound all my abilities quite yet. Oh, I think I was safe there. Yeah, so that's up high. Nope. I have not bound all my abilities quite yet, because I was going to go for a controller. So I just haven't gotten around to it. Right now I've only got WASD bound. But I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with the keyboard and mouse. I mean, every MMO that I've ever played, I've played with the keyboard and mouse. You can bind almost everything to, oh, you want to get out of that. You can bind almost everything to a touch button and then bind that touch to a key. Oh gosh, I'm kind of losing my concentration here. So this is an interesting boss fight, and most of the boss fights have a couple phases, which is, you know, very, oh gosh, which is very MMO-esque, right? You've got this one. Wow, I'm like stuck. I can't get out of this. There we go. All right, now you can. I don't know if you can hear it. My heart is thumping. I'm gonna try to get some HP up. You've got a little bit of native HP regen. You've also got these HP potions that will automatically go off whenever you're below a certain threshold, and you can change the threshold. Alright, so I'm just trying to get a little bit of hit points up, because this is actually only phase 2 of the fight. There's going to be another boss. Crossbones is going to come back as soon as I kill that guy. So I'm just going to go ahead and avoid him for as long as I can and heal up, and then I'll kill him and start to do phase 3 of the fight. Alright, I think that's good enough. Go ahead and kill that guy. Alright, so here's Crossbones. Let's start with the ult here. Ooh. There's more damage than I wanted to take. So, I'm going to go ahead and use a potion. I think I still have the potion effects. Okay, so him I actually can focus on. I think I'm going to have to change my... I've got my name, my title, and my alliance up. But it's actually very distracting in the middle of the fight. I can't even see which direction the boss is facing. I think that's something I'm going to have to go in and change in the settings. Oh, move, move. Another problem with Cap specifically, and maybe not with other characters, is his animations are very long, and you cannot cancel them. Dodge. All right, what's he gonna do? All right, so I just gotta get out of his way where he does. Oh, wow, that's quite a bit of damage. All right, so the auto focusing is really hurting me there because I can't dodge in the way that I want. Oh my gosh, this guy's... Wow. What? That was pretty crazy. I got really low. Let's see if I can avoid him and heal up a little bit. Yeah, so the autofocus really messed me up there because it wouldn't let me dodge in a way where I wasn't facing him. Alright, see if I can't get some damage on this guy after he does his big boom. Okay, so this is the big damage ultimate. Alright, okay. Oh, it looks like it stuns you as well. Alright, that's the one that also stunned me last time. I don't know how many times he's going to do that, but I would appreciate it if he would stop. Got a pretty good chunk of HP. Let's go ahead. Oh, thought he was done. Alright, he's getting pretty low. I've just got to hopefully get in range and not get wrecked. I'm just playing it safe here because I've already lost to this guy twice. I'd like to be able to get past him. You can't progress. Alright. Can't progress once you get stuck on these bombs. Oh no, this is bad. I should have waited. Alright. 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 Playing it super safe. There's no time limit, so I'm playing it super safe here. Oh. Now this ult I think absorbs some damage, so this should be enough to finish him. There we go. Alright. Well, that was a little bit of questing you saw in the background and autoplay. There's a little bit of a boss fight. I really like it. It really has an MMO feel. If you've ever played WoW, World of Warcraft, I feel like they really captured the spirit of World of Warcraft, which to me is pretty important. It's a game I played for a long time and enjoyed for a long time. And I think this really scratches that itch, and it lets you do it so far right now in a way that's going to be very casual. You can jump in and play when you want. You know, obviously you can grind the heck out of it if you want. I'm just going to play now and then, and I think it'll be fine. But I'm pretty excited about it. It seems like it's a pretty simple game. Later on, I'll maybe make another video about the abilities or some of the other things if you guys have more questions or have any thoughts or anything else you want to know. But I just wanted to show a little bit of the UI and the gameplay. Let me know if you have any questions.